the star of Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, opens up about his role as a lady-killing gambler in the violent neo-noir, and how his parents raised him to respect women. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, the compact, dimple-faced actor equipped with an unbridled and infectious enthusiasm, has proven tough to pigeonhole. In his early years, you knew him as Tommy Solomon, the wisecracking know-it-all in the sitcom Third Rock from the Sun, or perhaps the lovesick nerd who's schooled in the ways of wooing by Heath Ledger in 10 Things I Hate About You. Then, he wiped the slate clean, quitting acting in favor of Columbia University, where he studied literature and French poetry, only to drop out and reinvent himself once more as a daring indie character actor, with gripping turns as a child sexual abuse victim turned gay hustler in Mysterious Skin and a student detective in the neo-noir Brick. The charming 33-year-old is at home in virtually any genre, be it a rom-com, like 500 Days of Summer, sci-fi, like Looper, or superhero blockbuster, The Dark Knight Rises. And just last year, he wrote, directed, and starred in the critically acclaimed flick Don John, about a porn addict trying to turn over a new leaf. In the upcoming film Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, he plays Johnny, a cocky gambler who finds himself in dire straits when he crosses the evil Senator Rourke, played by Powers Booth. The 3D sequel, directed by Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller, hits theaters August 22nd. I grew up a big fan of film noir, but what drew you to the Sin City universe? First and foremost, Robert Rodriguez. I've loved his movies, Desperado, From Dusk Till Dawn, you name it. But I remember seeing the first Sin City movie in theaters and thinking, wow. This is a Rodriguez movie, but it's also something else entirely. I loved it. It's the combination of him and Frank Miller that makes these movies special, and graphic is the best word to describe it. Graphic as in it's not about realism in the drawings, since the night sky looks jet black and the rain looks snow white. When you apply these graphics to filmmaking, and to acting, it's a fascinating prospect. Your character in the film is a cocky gambler. Have you ever gone on a good run? Well, there was this one game of Monopoly where my brother was certain I wouldn't land on free parking, but I fucking did. Laughs. Besides the traditional Vegas casino games, as far as taking risks, that's something I'm certainly attracted to. If you stop taking risks, you'll get bored. Doing what people think you're supposed to do is never fun, and sometimes what inspires me isn't the most normal or safe move, it's a risk. What would you consider the biggest professional gamble you've taken? Last year, I directed a TV show called Hit Record on TV, and this has grown out of a project of mine I've worked on for years that's near and dear to my heart. It's not the thing you'd typically do after being in The Dark Knight Rises, and that's not what a lot of business people around me would have expected me to do, but it was really creatively inspiring to me, and super fun. And it paid off enormously. I have something I'm really proud of, and we're working on the second season now, and the contributions we're getting in season 2 are in a different league from the ones from season 1. Most of your character's action takes place inside a strip club. Where do you fall when it comes to strip clubs? I've got friends who enjoy them and friends who can't stand them. I don't know if I really have one. I read that you consider yourself a male feminist, and you credit your parents who are educators and really taught you about the history of feminism. But nowadays, you have a lot of young stars coming out against being labeled a feminist. Coming out against the label? Wow. I guess I'm not aware of that. What that means to me is that you don't let your gender define who you are. You can be who you want to be, whether you're a man, a woman, a boy, a girl, whatever. However you want to define yourself, you can do that and should be able to do that, and no category ever really describes a person because every person is unique. That, to me, is what feminism means. So yes, I'd absolutely call myself a feminist. And if you look at history, women are an oppressed category of people. There's a long history of women suffering abuse, injustice, and not having the same opportunities as men, and I think that's been very detrimental to the human race as a whole. I'm a believer that if everyone has a fair chance to be what they want to be and do what they want to do, it's better for everyone. It benefits society as a whole,